rAVe Radio. With rants and raves, you'll be okay. And today is your lucky day. It is rants and raves with Gary.
Hey everyone, Steph Beckett here with another episode of Rants and Raves. This is our pre-InfoComm 2026 series where each episode talks a little bit about something that's going on at InfoComm. And joining me is Chi Hong Lo from UCLA. Welcome, Chi.
Hello. Hi, everyone.
So I would love if you would just start by introducing yourself and talking a little bit about who you are and what you do at UCLA.
Hi, everyone. My name is Chi Hang No, manager of the rAVe IT Solutions. Currently, I'm leading a team to implement and design enterprise rAVe IT solution. What does it mean? So, as before, a lot of rAVe solution is more by individual, but our team is looking as an enterprise approach. So we connect everything to a centralized control system. So that's allow us to have more different integration with different platform and also services offered from the IT department.
That's really cool. Talk a little bit about what your session is going to be and how this relates to what you're going to be talking about at InfoComm.
Yeah, absolutely. So I started at UCLA 2 years ago. So it was a really fun as a startup because that as before there's no centralized solution and ideas, right? So my first assignment is my boss Joe's kind of tasked me to kind of look at what is the enterprise solution would be look like, how we tie everything together. So we went through a different assessment and also RFP process. We decided a centralized solution will be and also we're looking at everything will be cloud first. So which means that everything we're not going to be software based. We have the cloud ecosystem to make everything connect together. Thank you for the new cloud technology from AWS, right? So that we can achieve something we cannot achieve the before. So that's very amazing. And then my section is kind of go through our process, right? From how to define the solutions, how to create the infrastructure, how to make it scalable, and also hopefully everyone can go back and then also learn how to plan their infrastructure and AV ecosystem.
So when UCLA moved away from a siloed AV system and more toward this centralized cloud-first approach, what was it that pushed UCLA toward that direction, toward cloud?
I think that this stem from my previous experience with Joe, so that we came from other institutes. So, and then one of the things is we try very hard to kind of looking at what is the future for the AV solutions, right? A lot of solutions, they have their local processor, so and then connect to multiple devices. It's not scalable. So it's and also when you have update 100 room. This is a nightmare for everyone. So to using the centralized solution is allow us to be more faster to do the scale. And also we have faster time to update the software to all the location. And then also we are very easy to achieve standardization, which is all the location, no matter what type of size of the space, you can very easy to achieve the single look and feel interface for everyone, everywhere. And also with everything connected together. So one of the great benefits is we can help their system to looking at all the backend solutions together at the one place. So this is a really great to achieve at UCLA. And also I think that we are not trying to make, we try to using the technology to connect all the silos together. So as before, a lot of solution is very limited by the company, by the manufacturer. But with this approach, we're using REST API, we're using web technology, so that a lot of possibility we can cause reference with different type of devices. We can control devices not within the same company. This is a great accomplishment from us to implement the cloud-first solution.
What do you think other AV teams at universities or colleges can learn from what you guys did?
So I believe that one of the cool thing is how we using the how we implement and think about the control mechanism, right? So as I mentioned earlier, so that a lot of existing solution they have to using the proprietary control development software, right? So, and then also the interface. But right now we moving toward to a using the IDE so that we can using Microsoft Visual Studio Pro to kind of do the development. And then also we're using HTML technology. So to make not only the AV, when we design the interface, we are not necessarily only be the engineers can do the work, but also we can collaborate with different designing group. They are using different type of technology like the Figma to kind of create a wireframe and transition to their interface very, very easily. So I think this is a new approach. We kind of looking at how using the new tools to develop the AV system and also to make it more scalable.
Absolutely. So it feels like projects like this are kind of changing what AV teams and what IT teams, it's changing their jobs inside organizations. So do you think that AV professionals today need a different skill set or even a mindset than they did 5 or 10 years ago?
Surprisingly, that's a not. So when I hire my software developer, there's a couple new skill set. I thought that hey, this is a new solution, unless he never done it before. But is it going to create a lot of barrier for him to success, right? But it's not because a lot of approach is very easy to pick up because we're using a lot of standard practice from using GitHub, everything is very easy to achieve, and also the result is faster than we thought. So that's just like one of the big things. And then also I believe that a lot of software programmer for the AV industry, they're already using different type of AI tools to kind of develop the software, right? So to transition to using proprietary-based software development to environments to a scripting-based environment, this is a really big improvement for everyone. So when I talked with my software developer, hey, what do you think? And he said, oh, this is great. So that he doesn't want to go back because this will definitely have more tools for him to be successful.
So if you had to give people one reason why they should come and attend your course at InfoComm, what reason would you say?
I think will be more like the sharing, share the success. So because to accomplish what we accomplish right now today is not a easy thing. So my whole team went through so many try and error, so many frustrations, so many headaches, right, to achieve the system, what we can deliver. So, and then I would like to share about our successful story to let them to kind of save the time because to learn, to make mistake is very painful and also costly, right? So that hopefully our section to kind of share what we learned from our development process. And also we would like to also to invite everyone come to our section to share their opinion, right? To kind of have an exchange idea, how to make a AV solution more scalable as an enterprise level.
Makes a lot of sense. And for everyone who's watching or listening, that session is going to be on June 18th at 10:45 a.m. local time. And I will include the link for registration in the notes for this episode too. Chi, thank you so much for your time. The last thing I would like to ask you is, where can people connect with you online?
Oh, yeah, that's very straightforward. Yeah, so you can go to LinkedIn so that you can search my name, Chi Hanglo, CHIHANGLO. When you type it, you will see me. So that, and then just feel free to send me the message, and then we can make a connection.
Awesome. Chi, thank you so much for your time, and thanks for being on this episode of Rants and Raves.
It's my pleasure. Thank you, Steph.
And don't forget, for everyone watching, for more of our InfoComm coverage, you can go to ravepubs.com/InfoComm to see everything that we are putting together pre-show. Again, I'm Steph Beckett, and we will see you next time. Bye.
rAVe Radio. With rants and raves, you'll be okay. And today is your lucky day. It is rants and